Bear Squad, what is up? This is Polar Bear back with yet another video for everyone. So if you have never been to this channel before and this is your first time here, I go through and I use my GoPro and document every visit I make to my vending machine locations. And I show you guys what I go through, what I do, how much money I make, so on and so forth. So if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe, leave a comment to help everything along, and make sure you like or dislike the video depending on what you prefer. So we're going to get right into things. I'm pulling my toolbox in here. We're going to be repairing a machine today, or attempting to repair a machine is what I should say. This was yet another moderately frustrating visit. I just want to get some stuff out of the way real quick ahead of time here. Guys, YouTube revenue is volatile. I don't rely on it very much. So if you guys want to support the channel, make sure that you go down in the description below. If you're going to be purchasing something from Amazon, use one of my links to go purchase it. That's great. It helps me out significantly. You can always go to Patreon, and I will stay in contact with any of my Patreons on a regular basis and help you start your vending journey. There's also VendSoft, which is software that I use to document all of my tax things and all the inventory stuff for my channel, for my vending business, all the legal stuff, which is super fun and easy. And if you're a new YouTuber yourself, there is TubeBuddy. If you download TubeBuddy, you're going to have thumbnail access and a whole bunch of stuff like that. That's super good, super easy to use, and if you purchase something, I get a cut of it. Alright guys, we're going to get into this now. Sorry about the little news ad there. I just try to keep that and get it out of the way for you. Now, what's going on with this machine is I had to completely rewire this thing from the get-go. Hopefully I didn't screw anything up, but I had to pull all the wire harnesses out, and I had to find a couple of spots that were broken, and I fixed them, and now we're just putting everything back together. We have never really gone all the way into testing this machine. Right now what we're doing is we're plugging up the bill acceptor to see if it does what it's supposed to do. And I don't believe, yeah, we're going to get that right out of the way. It used to have colorful LEDs on it. We've replaced them with regular LEDs. And I'm going to rip this sucker apart and see if maybe we can't manufacture something to make the LEDs work without blinking. Because this module makes them blink. And I don't really want them to blink. I just want there to be a set light on for these guys. I messed with this for quite a while to try to figure out if I can get things working. I can't remember if I record all of it or not. I break in between areas where I get frustrated, and you guys will see that. So I'm plugging everything in. We're going to turn the power on. I broke the power switch on this. I used it so many times. I think we'll be able to see that eventually. So I'm trying to figure out where the power comes from on this guy. Do I get a flash? Where's the flash? Eventually I figure it out, and I can't remember how long it took me to find it. I'm gonna notice it here soon. There we go. We got a flash. We figured out how to make the power work. Kind of figured it out. I was trying to play with things as much as I could to get the light working. I wound up getting rid of that board altogether, which you guys will see later on in this video. And I retrofitted some wiring to the plug itself using some heat shrink. And we'll get into that when we get there. I think I messed with this for a little while trying to make it work. I definitely wanted to get some cosmetics done. I at least wanted to get all the cosmetics done. So the money systems, I did a live stream yesterday. Well, it's yesterday for me now. It's probably a couple of days ago for you guys. I did a live stream on why you shouldn't purchase old machines like this. If you do purchase old machines like this, you should just upgrade them before you put them into service. That bill acceptor is wicked old, and it's a pain in the butt. Someone had left a message the other day, or left a comment the other day, that's doing a conversion to a Mars, I think it's a 2511 maybe, or something like that, is something good to do. If you're gonna change things up, you might as well just go MDB like right away. And there are conversion kits that make this super easy. Here I am still messing with the wires. I messed with that for quite a while. I think it was like 20 minutes I sat there and played with that for, just because I was curious and wanted to see if I could get everything to work. Look at that. Bam. If I had some solder, that would have been perfect right there. But I didn't have any solder with me, so I had to make do with what I got. MacGyvered it. I was pretty excited to see that working like full on. So we're gonna set that aside for a minute, and we're gonna start messing with some other stuff. Now I thought that all I was gonna need to do here was put coins in this coin mech and we would be good to go. Man, guys, I wish that was the case. I really do wish that was the case. It would have been so much easier if it was. So what we're doing is, in order for your machine, your bill acceptor to work, you need to have X amount of coins in your coin mech. Someone commented a while back what the actual amount was, and I can't remember. Usually you should be able to just put 17 bucks in the thing and it should work. That's what I usually do. It didn't work with this, and there are a couple of common sense reasons why it didn't. We'll get into that as soon as we can here. So I've got the nickels in it. Now we're just putting dimes in. Dimes are always the hardest ones to get in my opinion. We got my buddy's candy machine over there, which I actually watched someone use it twice. So I thought that was kind of cool. I messaged him the next day and I was like, hey, I watched 2 people use your candy machine. It was kind of cool to see. I always think that's cool. Now what I'm pointing at is, see, the bill acceptor is still not working. What I was pointing at is there was a message on the machine that said exact change only. That means that the motherboard's not communicating with the... Man, I need to clean that mess up. I think I've said that in a couple videos now, and I still haven't cleaned it up. It's still a mess in there right now as we're speaking. Yeah, so the bill acceptor, the coin acceptor isn't communicating that it is full with the machine, and it is. So the first course of action that I took, without like really looking at anything else, was just to replace the coin acceptor and see if that's what the problem was. And here's a problem, which I learned after this. I learned from a good friend of mine that there are so many different models of these coin acceptors. They've got 24 volt and 120 or 110 volt, and just, there's a whole bunch of differences between them. So what I'm doing is I am taking this the top part of this off the machine altogether. I'm actually checking right now to see if maybe there's switches back there, and if it's on no acceptance for anything, it won't work for anything. So I just wanted to stop and check and see if that's what the problem was. So we have a clear symptom, and we're trying to diagnose that symptom. The symptom is that the coin mechanism is not communicating with the motherboard that it has change in it. So we've plugged everything back in, and we're pressing the button again. We're switching the machine on. Oh, trying to switch the machine on, but we broke it. Look, I broke it. Broke the little switch. You guys will see that I go back and forth from this point. I go, yeah, so it's still got the same problem. I'm gonna go unplug the machine when I work on it now. I think a few times I forgot to do it, but I don't think I'm super worried about it. The day that something bad happens is the day that I'll start worrying about it. I'm one of those people. I've got to stop with that. I should really just take care of it and do it the right way every time. But you get frustrated after a while and you don't want to do it. So we're going to pull this out because we're same issue, still persisting. See, I just unplugged the machine. So we're going to pull this right out of there. And now we're gonna pull the top part just right out of the whole box. Disconnect the ribbon there. We're gonna stick our fingers in those two and put the hand in the other. Let them all fall out. We're gonna fill up the other coin mech and see if this resolves the issue. Hopefully it resolves the issue, but we can't guarantee anything, right? So we're coming through, filling up the quarters. This can be kind of a pain sometimes. Once you are done with the quarters, you're going to keep your two fingers in there, but you're going to start grabbing nickels. You're going to pull, like I was pulling my middle finger out to get the nickels out of there. And we're going to put them in the other coin mech and fill it up with dimes when we're done. Once this is up, we'll attach this new coin acceptor to the machine and see if we've gotten rid of the exact change message. Gotta pull that forward just so I can see what I'm doing with stuff. I actually got the camera caught on some of the wiring. That was kind of funny. So now we're gonna plug it back in. There we go. Just like this. And the hope is now we shouldn't have an exact change message, or this is a course we can take. I gotta move the machine a little bit because I don't have quite enough slack to plug it in the way that I would like to plug it in. So we're just gonna He-Man this machine just a little bit. I just want to make a note that that machine is full of product right now. That was pretty darn heavy. Then we're just gonna scoot this guy over. So I should have just enough to plug it in the right way. There we go. That's better. That's the way we like to have it. So now, if everything is working right, that message is still there. Darn it. What the heck's the problem? What's going on? Why do we still have that message? Is the bill acceptor working? No. What is going on with this machine? So now what I'm doing is testing basic functions on the motherboard to see if the motherboard's bad. This isn't a for sure thing. This doesn't absolutely tell you that the board is bad. But if you can go through basic functions on it and you have basic pricing in there and all the prices are remembered, you should be okay. So frustration's starting to set in. I'm not really sure what the next step in diagnosing is currently. So I'm going to message one of my friends real quick and see if he has any idea what's going on. And this is one of the parts where I'm still learning. I'm going to shut you off while I figure things out. Now I turn it back on and I guess we're replacing are we replacing the bill acceptor? I can't remember where we're at now. I worked on it for quite a while. Oh, okay, I see where we're at. Alright, so we're going to pull the old bill acceptor out because I had plugged this bill acceptor in and it took money. And it credited the money. And I was like, sweet, it's working. We're good. Awesome. And now we're just going to put it back in. We realize that there's a problem pretty quick. That doesn't fit. So what we have to do is we have to take the board for the bill acceptor and put it on the other side. We grab the screwdriver here. We're going to remove the bolt on the top. As we're doing that, we're going to realize that we can't remove the bolt on the bottom without taking the black part off. So we're going to take the black part off. It's just a single nut there. Bolt, whatever you want to call it, screw, something. There's just a single there. We're going to pull it off. And the rest of it will slide right off. You see, it just pops right off. And now you can pull the other side off. And we're going to put it on the other side of the bill acceptor. I want to pay careful attention here and see if I did anything that might have messed up the board. I don't think I did. Everything looks fine. Yeah. I don't see anything that went wrong there. The reason I'm kind of prefacing this, the reason that I say this is because the bill acceptor stopped working after I switched sides. Although I didn't test it again either. I tested it the one time, got it to work the one time, and I was like, great, this bill acceptor works. So, gonna screw it back in. We're gonna reroute all the wiring, or try to hide it at least. I wonder if maybe something happened there. I checked it later and everything seemed to be fine, but stuff everything in there, make sure it's nice and clean, put the screw back on. Gonna hide that stuff right down there. There, look at that. Looks like a professional did it or something. Put it in there. Now there's a bolt that I just flat out cannot get to, so I don't. I just use 3 of them, 3 that I can get to. Am I gonna use this guy? I don't know if I'm gonna use this yet. I think we're just gonna use this one. Yep, we're just gonna use this one. We'll grab a little extender piece, get the screwdriver there, grab our 9mm deep well socket. Guys, it will not work with a shallow socket. I tried, doesn't work. Deep well only. I think there's an American version too that you can use, but I just use a 9mm, works fine. All right, we're gonna tighten everything down here. Tighten it down on that side. Now I'm under the assumption that this bill acceptor is still functioning. And I'm kind of excited that it's all good to go and everything's gonna work for me. But never know. I could be wrong. Have I plugged in the board yet? I think I did. So something I guess I didn't catch on film, and I kind of wish that I did, is the coin acceptor. It plugs into a part of the wire harness, and the portion of the wire harness that plugs into the board was not plugged in, and I wound up plugging it in, I guess while the camera was off, and that was a mistake that I had made. Oh, you can see it happened while the camera was off, because I'm screwing the whole socket back into place now. I gotta find me some screws. So we're just gonna make sure that sucker's back in there real good. Screwing the board down. We're securing everything because we're under the assumption that the machine works fine now. Little did I know I was super wrong about that. So we're gonna screw in the other side. Keep going there. And this is a point where I finally need this super awesome extender piece. I think this was like I can't remember. I think it was like 10 bucks at Walmart. Best 10 bucks I ever spent. Now it creates like torque. It's amazing. It's so cool how it works. It creates this little torque and it's bendy, twisty. You can fit it into weird places. And we've got this little guy right here that's going to go underneath the coin acceptor into the slot there. When the coin acceptor fills up, gotta pick up a couple of screws that are going to work for me. Put that sucker back in place. Now at this point, I've also, oh man, I didn't show that either. Darn it. I'm pretty sure at this point, I've also wired the LEDs so they're working properly. Maybe. I'm gonna plug that guy back in. Now when I plug the cord from the coin acceptor into the motherboard, our error that was saying exact change only went away, so it was gone, and a new problem persisted. We know that the board's communicating with the coin acceptor, but for some reason the coin acceptor still is dropping slugs. So like when you put a coin in it, instead of registering that it just received a coin, the coin goes right through and into the receiver box, giving it back. So I'm not really sure why we're having that problem, but we're also having an issue where when you turn the machine on, the bill acceptor is not cycling. And this doesn't make a whole lot of sense because the coin acceptor is telling the motherboard that it has enough coins. So this is where I started to get confused and didn't really understand what was happening. I pulled the whole phone a friend thing a couple of times. So I'm going to plug it back in. Oh, I haven't done the lights yet. I'm going to plug it back in, see if everything works. Oh, I have done the lights. Look at that. Plug that in. That looks beautiful, doesn't it? Awesome. Now we're going to do some cosmetic stuff because I'm assuming that everything's working. We're going to put a lock on because I like that kind of lock. I don't know. It's an old machine. I didn't really want to buy a new lock for it, and I already had a couple of these, so I figured I'd just use these. It's actually kind of funny. I installed this thing the wrong way the first time. That worked out really well. The drill worked pretty good, not gonna lie. So when I install this, I should be installing it vertically, not horizontally like I am. And I don't realize it until I go to actually like close the machine up. But this is all the work that we've gotten done on this today. We've got a pretty significant amount done, I think. We got it cleaned up. At this point, I haven't really recognized. I'm pretty sure at this point in the video, I haven't recognized that the bill acceptor is not working yet. As soon as I recognize it's not working, I stop filming because I'm like ready to throw something. I don't know about you guys, but I was telling my friend this too. I get so irritated when I can't fix something that I need to like walk away from it, evaluate the situation, come back to it. Like I'm just one of those people. I can't. Look at this. I'm about to get so frustrated with myself, and it's so funny to watch it. I just look at it. I don't even bring the... Oh wait, I am going to bring it over. I'm going to bring it over. And, yep, I just looked at it. And shook my head, and I was like, son of a biscuit-eating bulldog on breakfast day. Was not too stoked about that. Oh, do I actually film myself fixing it? Huh, I might film myself fixing it. Oh, nope, I'm done. Alright, so we're back together at this point. At this point, I have recognized that the bill acceptor is not working. Oh no, I haven't yet. This is the shocker moment. This is me putting it in and like it's not working, and I'm just like, you gotta be kidding me. What's going on? I'm so not happy about what's about to happen. It's like, are you kidding me? This thing was just working. It was just working. Why is it not now? And I look at it, shake my head a little bit, checking to make sure everything's connected. We have no error sign. What's going on? We have no error sign. Nothing's working. Smack it a few times, maybe that'll help. Open it up. See, you can see that I got a bill in there. I got a bill to make to work. Unplug it, plug it back in, maybe that's a problem. What's going on? Smack it a few more times. Check all the wiring. At a loss at this point. Start doing stupid stuff like unplugging it and plugging it back in while it's powered on. That can't be good for it. I wonder if I put a coin through there. I'm so mad right now. I'm banging on that thing. And that's it. I give up. What winds up happening from here is I'm going to go through and I'm going to order an MDB kit for this and a new board. I don't know if the board's a problem, but we're going to replace the board, get an MDB kit for it, and convert everything over to MDB and call it good. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Remember to love life, live your dreams, and as always, be Farnsworthy. Bear strong, Bear Squad. Peace.